used. Peru is currently among the heavyweights in science at the Newton, Einstein, Stephen Hopkins level, among others. A Peruvian has just extended classical mathematics to quantum level. Mathematics that neither Newton nor Albert Einstein handled, since they only used classical mathematics so they could not cover problems of quantum level, where the unexpected and improbable is what prevails. Their classical mathematics does not work, which is deterministic and predictive. At the quantum level, everything is possible. The unexpected is what happens the most. Therefore, the contribution of this new mathematics is an extension of the classical one that will be used in the future. Avant-garde researchers. The author does not want to include the name of the new mathematical system. Peru, the country where he was born. The work is in 6 languages: Spanish, English, Portuguese, German, Japanese and simplified Chinese. Will be sold in the largest online bookstore in the world, such as Amazon. We know what the author is: Trujillano. If the experiment is analyzed, it is concluded that the quantum state of the other particle is determined exactly once you have measured the quantum state of your partner. That means that if a scientist wanted to turn a particle clockwise, the other particle would immediately turn in the opposite direction. It seems intriguing, but it is not so surprising if it is taken into account that the two particles entered can be separated by thousands and millions of light years, and that even so, when observing the rotation of one particle, the rotation of the other is determined. It is strange because that would suggest that the information traveled on the spot faster than light from one particle to the other. Quantum entanglement in quantum mathematics is represented by intertwined variables that do not exist in classical mathematics. But in the Peruvian proposal, if there is a way to represent this quantum phenomenon in modern computing, scientists hope to use the magic of the microscopic universe to build powerful new computers. Let's see what this baby can do at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. A quantum computer prototype was created that uses quantum bits instead of the traditional computerized bits to do its calculations. This lab has the best quantum bits, or superdriver qubits, in the world. When we do quantum calculations with qubits, the quantum computer can do several tasks simultaneously. It can do this and that at the same time. The existence of a qubits is 1 and 0 at the same time, something impossible in classical mathematics but possible for the Peruvian proposal. Because the solution is in the use of mixed variables, they receive opposing antagonistic values without interfering or annulling. There is the importance to be used by quantum physics. It's hard to believe, but the microscopic universe may be even stranger indeed. The most famous experiment in quantum physics shows how an object can be in 2 places at the same time, a result that scared the great Albert Einstein. Being in 2 or more places at the same time cannot be represented in classical mathematics. This is possible in quantum mathematics. There are variables that make possible its representation, which again shows the potential of this Peruvian proposal. When the scientists observed the holes, the electrons behaved like particles, forming the same pattern on the screen as the baseballs. But when the scientists did not observe them, the electrons behaved like waves, and they formed a pattern that looked like an interference in them, the screen produced by a wave. That is very rare. The result depends on whether or not it is observed. When observed, there is a behavior of particles like that of the balls. When not, there is a wave behavior, but not both occur at the same time. And because observation changes the nature of what is being observed, we just do not know. That's the biggest mystery of quantum mechanics, and it's the reason why it's difficult. Mysteriously, with observation we see particles, but without observation, there are waves. It's something that scientists have been discussing for almost 100 years, and there's still no consensus. The mixed quantum variables of the new mathematics of Peru in front of this problem allow to receive at the same time properties of wave and particle, which allows to better handle the solution of this problem. The property of the mixed variable is that they can be interchanged. That is to say, of wave to particle and vice versa. The adequate explanation will be the matter of physicists. This tool contributes enormously to the solution of the problem. The mathematics proposed by the Peruvian mathematician Trujillano. Obviously, he enters the big door to science because his work can be used in the most advanced scientific research on quantum physics and classical physics. If a ball is thrown at a wall with insufficient force, it will not go through the wall but will bounce. But if it were an electron and it is not thrown with enough force to cross the wall, it could still do it. That's it. It is the tunnel effect, as that may be possible. It sounds very strange, but one way to explain it is that the uncertainty of a microscopic universe allows a particle to borrow energy from the future to cross the barrier and then return it when it reaches the other side. The electron is already on the other side of the wall, so it can pass through and appear on the other side. Since the wonders of the microscopic world were discovered a century ago, people have wondered if the tunnel effect, being in several places simultaneously, and the fact of returning in time, could be achieved in our world. Scientists believe that we will never be able to cross a solid barrier with a ball. A ball is a huge amount of particles, so that all of them appear in another place as a whole. All the particles would have to do it collectively, which is practically unlikely. An electron or a photon, if they can do that, but the larger the particle or the particle collection, the more difficult the tunnel process is. The tunnel effect is also explained in the publication of Quantum Mathematics, which shows the level of the author, whose work is important for research worldwide. The book of quantum mathematics also contains the recent advances in science, such as the experience in CERN and the Higgs boson, and among other topics, which is essential reading. However, only the largest library will be sold by Amazon online of the world. We wish the author success and welcome to the world of science, as well as congratulate all Peruvians for having a worthy representative. Scientists believe that we will never be able to cross a solid barrier with a ball. A ball is a huge amount of particles, so that all of them appear in another place as a whole. All the particles would have to do it collectively, which is practically unlikely. An electron or a photon, if they can do that, but the larger the particle or the particle collection, the more difficult the tunnel process is. The tunnel effect is also explained in the publication of Quantum Mathematics, which shows the level of the author, whose work is important for research worldwide. The book of Quantum Mathematics also contains the recent advances in science, such as the experience in CERN and the Higgs boson, and among other topics, which is essential reading. However, only the largest library will be sold by Amazon online of the world. We wish the author success and welcome to the world of science, as well as congratulate all Peruvians for having a worthy representative.